Hey kids, Shawn here, and I am doing some more of my chronicling of my teenage years, and I'm going decidedly low tech on this. I have photos, like photos in a book photos, and these have actually already been scanned and digitized and preserved forever, but for some reason I think I'm going to find it more fun to flip through this book and hold pictures up to the camera than I would editing this and like cutting them in. The way I am enjoying this series is that I turn on the camera and I pretty much talk until I feel like that's the end of the video of the day, and then I turn it off. And I don't want to edit it, and I don't want to do anything to it. I feel like that's the allure of it. And the couple hundred of you that are enjoying this are really enjoying it. Like, there are certain series that I don't know why I'm getting into this now, but what the hell. There are certain series that I've done that don't get a lot of views, but the views that they get are good views. Like the people who watch them comment about how much they like them, and please keep doing this, and I'm really enjoying it. So even though there's like one or two people out there who are like, I can't believe he has to do this to inflate his ego or whatever. You know, screw those guys. I'm doing this because my parents really enjoy this series. I don't think do I have to think of any other reason than that? No. So, this episode, which is going to be 11, I guess, is kind of a supplement to the first 10. I'm not going to read from the journal, which is here. I'm going to probably fill in some details and show you some photographs. So, this is, oh boy. I don't know, this must have been, okay, this is 1999. So I am not yet 14 in this picture. This is so embarrassing. Okay. There's me at age 13. Oh man, reflections all over the place. What if I turn this off? Hold on. Okay, that's better. Hey, there's me. See, the problem is it's focusing on the background instead of the foreground. There's me. I've got an awful bowl cut. There we go. Which I don't know. One of my friends that I mentioned in the journal, Pete. He was the guy who played bass and was learning drums. He had a bowl cut that he wore kind of like punk rock style. He would gel it, and it would look really cool. And because I'm a follower, or I was, I'm not anymore, I decided to do the same thing, and I couldn't pull it off the way he could. And also, if you'll note, that is a Switchfoot t-shirt that I'm wearing there. Switchfoot was and continues to be a band that I really like, and that t-shirt is actually, I don't know where it is now. I'm sure it was destroyed. I don't have it anymore. That t-shirt was signed by all the members of the band. Haha. Okay, so what's next? This is, oh, well, here we go. These poor people. I hope I'm not libeling or slandering or anything. So, there's me. This is Pete, aforementioned bowl cut. And this is Jonathan, the kid whose strawberry farm I picked berries on. And that's a trip we took to DC. By the way, not the same day that the other photo was taken, yet I'm still wearing the same shirt. It's clear that I had a small wardrobe that I chose from for photographs. I'm sure that's the reason why. Okay, so we went to Rehoboth. Remember I talked about that? This is the house that we stayed in. Da-da-da. It was a split level. See, like right here, this part belonged to this house, and then this part of the floor and the first floor down here were a second house. And because our group was so large, we would rent out the entire thing, but it could be divided in twain. And if you go to Rehoboth and go looking for this house now, it won't look like this. It has been repainted, refinished, blah, blah, blah. As far as I know, it is actually, I don't remember what it is called. Mom? I was going to say it's called the, and then I just completely blanked on what it was called. I don't know if it had a name or just an address. I feel like it had a name. Okay, so anyway, do I want to embarrass my sister? Probably not. Okay, so I talked about the marginal way, where it connects two towns on private property. This is a photograph from the marginal way. Ah, very nice, very nice. Here's me on the marginal way, skipping stones or something, staring at a boat. I don't know. Some guy's fishing over there without a shirt on. The way life should be. If you go to Maine, that's like the official tagline of the state. Like they're trying to sell a movie to you. The way life should be. Okay, so I mentioned Nubble Lighthouse, which is my mom's favorite man-made landmark. I did not mention it. I don't think I mentioned it in the series, but the reason that York Beach was so important to my parents and the reason that we went there is because that is where my dad proposed to my mother in 1980. 1980. Wait for it. 1980. Was it 1980? You got married in 1980. I'm talking to my parents now. You got married in 19. Yeah, he proposed. You got married the same year he proposed, right? I think so. If I'm allowed to misremember any history, it's probably of my parents getting married because I wasn't there. This is a T-shirt that I have actually worn on 5 Things, probably at least twice. That's my 13-year-old self wearing it. Also, what the hell is going on with my hair? It was a windy day. Oh, and also down there in the backpacks, that is in the backpack, is Sam and Samson hanging out. No! You got to hear that voice again. All right, so what else we got in here? I talked about the way that the mountains looked on Mount Desert Island. How the reason it's called Mount Desert Island is because the tops of the mountains look deserted. That is a very typical view from the top of a mountain. Just a lot of green, but no like big tall trees or anything. Very barren and very rounded. All of the mountains were just kind of like this. They did not have peaks or anything. And there's me with Sam again. There's a picture of Jack Perkins. I think I mentioned, yeah, the Jordan Pond Trail that I mentioned. This is Jordan Pond. That's Jordan Pond. These are the bubbles, the famous bubbles that are also referred to as the boobies. Any picture taken on the island in the early part of the last century was probably taken with those two things in the background and probably an Adirondack chair in the foreground because it was a very popular theme. All right, so that's Jordan Pond. There's the family. Again, I'm not sure that I want to run the risk of embarrassing everyone. I'm fine with embarrassing myself. Here is the sign for Thunder Hole, adorned by gorillas on top. And I don't have a picture of Thunder Hole itself, it would seem, but that's okay because there's really nothing to look at. It's literally just a place where rock comes together like this, and then there's water in between. Another embarrassing picture of me. All right, I'll do this one because he won't care. Here's a picture of me and my dad holding the monkeys. I'm sorry, gorillas. Aww. Focus! Okay, well, you got the point. We're just blurry in real life. That's the way we look. I only look focus on camera when I am out of focus. I don't know. And finally. Okay, I said my sister won $5 in an art contest at the local art show thing. Well, there she is winning her contest. Okay, now you got to see my sister at age 11. Does that make sense? She was either 11 or 12. And yeah, that's about it. Here, this is, I don't know why this is the last picture that's in here. This is a picture of a squirrel on our deck. Why is this picture in here?